The first thing I do is go in my freezer and refrigerator and see what meat and vegetables I have that can carry over into the next week. So I have chicken, I have some cubed beef, and I have some phyllo dough that I might be able to do something with. I have pecans, so maybe I can use that in a crust on chicken. I have sausage. I have eggs that could go into a casserole. I have tomatoes, a couple of different kinds of cheeses, butter, and some things down in the produce tray. Now I have a calendar that I use for the week starting with Sunday that I write down every meal that we're going to have. I start with the items that I have in my refrigerator and freezer, and I think about what dishes I can make out of those, and I put those down first. I try never to have the same meat 2 days in a row. It gets kind of tiring to have chicken 2 or 3 times a week if they're all in the same consecutive days. For whatever days that I can't fill in with items from my refrigerator and freezer, I go to my grocery store's website and I look at what's on sale. Usually I start with produce, and I look at what items are local to either this part of the state or to North Carolina as a whole, and get those because they're more likely to be in season, and in season means that they're going to be fresher, taste better. Then I look at fresh meat, see what's a good deal. Usually chicken is always on sale. It's a loss leader in grocery stores, so they know that they can sell a lot of that and make up the money in other places. So I look for things other than chicken that are on sale, such as cuts of beef and pork and seafood. Next, I look at grocery items. So, for example, this week, pasta sauce is buy one, get one free, which means I can get 1 jar for half off. And pasta's on sale, buy 2, get 3 free. So this would be a good time to stock up on that. Beans are on sale, and it's kidney or black beans. So at a little less than $1 a can, I can get one of those and maybe make burritos. And basically I go through and I look at things I need for baking, such as flour. And we have olive oil here. It's a good price, and I use that just for everyday cooking. And broth, and we'll definitely need that coming up on holidays. One way to save money while doing this, if saving money is really your goal, is to try to use the same ingredient more than one time. So, for example, if you're making chicken parmesan and you need the parmesan cheese for that dish, buy it for that dish and then use the parmesan that's left over to make Alfredo sauce for another day. That way you use it twice and there's no waste. Again, there being no waste is my ultimate goal in grocery shopping. Now, if I still have some space left on my menu planning, I fill in with staples such as peanut butter sandwiches for lunches or pasta with sauce. For breakfast, we usually have cereal if it's a day where we're on the go. And I pull out my sheath of coupons and I try to match them up the best I can with things that are already on sale, but I'm not going to use a coupon just to be using it. So if it's not something that we would eat otherwise, it's not going to make it into our meal plan just because it's cheap. Another way to minimize how much waste you're getting from your grocery shopping experience is to plan for meals that will have leftovers that can be converted into different kinds of meals. So if you make pork chops in the crock pot or a slow cooker for one night, the next day you can take the leftovers, shred them up, put some barbecue sauce in them, and have barbecue sandwiches. It is important to allow for some flexibility in your meal planning. You don't want to make it so tight that if your partner comes home late one night, the dinner goes to ruin. I try to make it flexible enough that if I have some warning that my husband's going to be late, I can push it back a day and move something else forward. So, for example, we were supposed to have pork chops today, but since he's going to be late, we're going to have what we're going to have tomorrow night, which is soup and sandwiches. So the pork chops have only been out of the freezer for about 24 hours. They're not even completely defrosted yet, so totally have enough wiggle room in my schedule to be able to do that. As you can see, I actually have snacks on my meal planner for the week. And the reason why I do that is because if it doesn't make it onto my grocery list, it's almost like I'm giving myself free rein to buy whatever I want. And I end up in my coupon pouch pulling out coupons for things that I wouldn't buy otherwise just because I have a coupon and just because I see it on the shelf. So write down a couple of things, even if it means you have to bake something from scratch, which is what I usually do. I'll write down something like brownies, and that gives me permission to bake brownies, and once they're gone for the week, I'm not baking anything else until the next week.